Your doctor just got overruled by a computer. A veteran oncologist with 30 years of experience recommended a treatment, but an algorithm flagged it and suggested something different because of a 2% higher success rate in some massive dataset. Now, the hospital system won't let the doctor proceed without jumping through hoops to justify the override. Welcome to modern medicine, where the person who went to medical school for a decade is getting second-guessed by code. Before we get into this mess, let me know in the comments, would you trust an algorithm over your doctor's judgment, or does that sound like a terrible idea? Alright, so here's what's actually happening in hospitals right now. Doctors aren't just fighting diseases anymore. They're fighting something called the black box, which is basically complex code that spits out answers without explaining why. You ask the algorithm why it recommended a specific treatment, and it essentially shrugs and says, because math. That's not exactly reassuring when we're talking about life and death decisions. Let's be clear about why this is even happening in the first place. There's actually some logic to it. Even if the execution is questionable, the amount of medical information being published is absolutely insane. We're talking about more than 10,000 medical journals coming out every single month. No human being can read all of that and stay current. Algorithms can process all that information instantly and supposedly use it to make better decisions. Pattern recognition is another big selling point for these systems. AI has gotten objectively better at spotting tiny patterns in X-rays, MRIs, and pathology slides. Google developed an AI that can detect breast cancer more accurately than groups of radiologists working together. That sounds amazing on paper. A machine that never gets tired, never has a bad day, and can spot things human eyes might miss. What's not to love, right? Well, here's where it gets messy. Hospitals and insurance companies have decided they want to eliminate what they call practice variation. That's a fancy way of saying they don't like that different doctors might treat the same condition in slightly different ways based on their experience and judgment. They want every patient getting the optimal treatment path, which conveniently often happens to be the most cost-effective option. Funny how that works out. But here's the thing nobody really talks about. It's rarely a robot literally saying no to a doctor. The overruling happens through what I'll call systemic pressure. It's way more subtle and way more effective than just blocking a doctor's decision outright. First, there's decision fatigue. When an AI flags a doctor 50 times a day with alerts and suggestions, eventually, the doctor stops questioning the machine and just starts clicking accept. It's called alert fatigue, and it's a real problem. These systems throw so many notifications at medical professionals that they become numb to them. So the algorithm wins by sheer volume of nagging. Then you've got the insurance gatekeeper situation. Algorithms used by insurance companies have been accused of some pretty wild stuff. United Health had this system called Enhance that allegedly predicted when patients should be discharged from care. Sometimes it would recommend cutting off treatment before the actual doctor thought the patient was ready to go home. An algorithm deciding you're healthy enough based on statistics while your doctor is saying not yet is a special kind of nightmare. There's also this thing called defensive medicine that's creating what I'll call the negative outcome penalty paradox. Follow me here because this is important. If a doctor ignores an algorithm's recommendation and the patient has a bad outcome, that doctor is legally vulnerable. They might get sued or disciplined for not following the standard protocol. But if they follow the AI and things go wrong, they can point to the algorithm and say, I followed the approved system. So doctors are incentivized to trust the machine even when their gut is telling them something different because it's legally safer. That's not medicine. That's covering your backside with code. Now let's talk about the dangerous side effects of all this, because there are plenty. Algorithmic bias is a huge problem that doesn't get enough attention. These AI systems are trained on data, right? But if that data comes primarily from one demographic, the algorithm will be optimized for that group and potentially harmful to others. If your training data is mostly from white patients, the AI might give recommendations that are actually dangerous for minority groups. The algorithm thinks it's being helpful, but it's really just encoding existing healthcare disparities into software. Then there's the loss of medical intuition. Medicine isn't just pure science, it's also an art. There are soft signals that experienced doctors pick up on that an algorithm will never see. The way a patient walks into the room, the look in their eyes, whether they have family support at home. These are real data points that affect treatment outcomes, but they're invisible to the machine. An algorithm sees numbers and scans. It doesn't see the whole person. What really worries me is the de-skilling of doctors. If junior doctors start relying on AI to make all the hard calls during their training, will they ever develop the gut instinct and judgment that comes from years of experience? What happens when the power goes out or the system crashes? You'll have a generation of doctors who who never learned to think independently because they always had the algorithm there to hold their hand. The United Health Enhance controversy is a perfect example of how this can go wrong in the real world. This system was making predictions about when Medicare Advantage patients should be discharged from nursing facilities and hospitals. Internal documents and lawsuits alleged that the algorithm was overriding doctors and cutting off care prematurely. Families were getting told their loved ones had to leave facilities because the AI said so, even when the attending physicians disagreed. There's also the IBM Watson oncology disaster that not enough people talk about. IBM spent billions developing Watson to help doctors treat cancer. It was supposed to be this revolutionary tool that would analyze patient data and recommend treatments. Turned out, Watson was giving unsafe and incorrect treatment recommendations. Internal documents from multiple hospitals showed that the AI was suggesting treatments that were wrong or even dangerous. That's what happens when you let a black box make medical decisions without proper oversight. The scary part is how these systems create a false sense of certainty. An algorithm spits out a recommendation with a confidence score, and suddenly everyone treats it like gospel truth. But that confidence score is based on statistical patterns in training data. It doesn't account for the specific human being in front of you who might not fit neatly into those patterns. Insurance companies absolutely love these systems because they create a paper trail that justifies denying claims or limiting treatment. The algorithm said you only needed 3 days of physical therapy, not the 5 your doctor wanted. The algorithm said you should try the cheaper drug first before moving to the one your doctor thinks will actually work. It's cost control dressed up as data-driven medicine. Hospitals are under immense pressure to implement these systems too. They're sold on the idea that AI will make everything more efficient and reduce medical errors. And sure, in some specific applications, like reading certain types of scans, the technology has proven helpful. But there's a massive difference between using AI as a tool to assist doctors and using it to override their judgment. The legal implications of all this are still being sorted out. If an algorithm makes a recommendation that leads to a bad outcome, who's responsible? The doctor who followed it, the hospital that implemented it, the company that created it? Nobody really knows yet because the lawsuits are just starting to work their way through the courts. But you can bet that when something goes wrong, everyone's going to be pointing fingers at everyone else. There's also the complete lack of transparency with these systems. Most of these algorithms are proprietary black boxes. The companies that make them won't reveal how they work because it's a trade secret, so doctors are supposed to trust recommendations from a system they can't examine or understand. That's like being told to take medicine without being allowed to know what's in it. Patient autonomy takes a hit in all this too. When your doctor presents a treatment plan and says, this is what the algorithm recommends, how much real choice do you have? Most patients aren't in a position to question the AI. They trust that their doctor is making the best decision, not realizing that the doctor might be constrained by what the system allows. The financial incentives are all pointing in the wrong direction. Companies that make these algorithms are motivated by profit, not patient outcomes. Hospitals want to cut costs and avoid liability. Insurance companies want to deny claims. Nobody in this equation is primarily focused on what's actually best for the individual patient sitting in the exam room. We're also seeing junior doctors who've never practiced without these systems. They're learning medicine in an environment where the algorithm is always there, always making suggestions, always second guessing. That's going to fundamentally change how they think about diagnosis and treatment, and not necessarily in a good way. The alert fatigue problem I mentioned earlier is genuinely dangerous. When a system cries wolf 50 times a day with low priority alerts, doctors start ignoring all alerts, including the important ones. It's the boy who cried wolf, except the boy is an algorithm and the wolves are real medical emergencies. There's this push to standardize everything in medicine, which sounds good until you realize that patients aren't standardized. Everyone's biology is slightly different. Everyone responds to medications differently. Everyone has different risk factors and life circumstances. An algorithm optimized for the average patient might be completely wrong for the specific patient in front of you. The power dynamic shift is also worth considering. Doctors used to be the ultimate authority in medical decisions. Now they're essentially getting performance reviewed by algorithms. If they deviate from the AI's recommendations too often, they might get flagged by hospital administration or insurance companies. That creates pressure to conform even when their medical judgment says otherwise. Some of these systems are also ridiculously expensive. Hospitals are spending millions on AI systems that may or may not actually improve outcomes. That's money that could go toward hiring more nurses, buying better equipment, or improving facilities. Instead, it's going to tech companies promising miraculous results that often don't materialize. The patient experience suffers too. Ever been in an exam room where the doctor is staring at a computer screen the whole time, clicking through prompts and alerts? That's partly because of these systems. The doctor isn't ignoring you to be rude. They're trying to navigate a digital maze of requirements and recommendations while also actually examining and treating you. We need to talk about what happens when these systems fail, because they do fail. Software crashes, databases get corrupted, networks go down. When that happens, doctors need to be able to function without the AI crutch. But if an entire generation of medical professionals has been trained to rely on algorithmic decision support, we're in trouble when the technology inevitably has problems. The goal should be augmented intelligence, not artificial intelligence running the show. The algorithm should handle the data processing and pattern recognition. The doctor should handle the humanity, the judgment calls, the understanding of context and individual circumstances. When the machine overrules the human, the patient stops being a person and becomes a data point. That's not the kind of healthcare any of us want to receive. So there you have it. Doctors are being overruled by black box algorithms, and the consequences are just starting to show up. The machine should be helping the doctor, not replacing their judgment. If this kind of content interests you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop your thoughts in the comments about whether you think AI in medicine is helping or hurting patients.